Hey everybody, Evie here, and welcome to another, Rebound Rant, or just rant video about The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 9. Oh my gosh. So I actually didn't see it in theaters, I only saw it just yesterday, and I woke up this morning and I think I finally processed the full thing. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it, and as you can see on screen here, I'm also just gonna be drawing. As some of you may know, I've been practicing digital art, and I figured, hey, this would at least be something interesting to look at while, just while I talk, because a lot of my other rant videos, I know I usually just kind of leave a blank screen and then just pictures on occasion to kind of emphasize what I'm talking about, and I don't like that. I don't know, let me know if you guys like this. I definitely would love to do more art videos in the future, maybe even do an art stream someday, and I even have some stuff, a new horizon plan that would probably involve me drawing. But yeah, I'm just gonna be drawing just a OC of mine while I talk. So yeah, why did I not go see it in theaters first of all? I'll be honest, at first I was a little upset that it was gonna be in theaters like 2 weeks before it came out, but then I saw it was Luke's one of the heads of Glitch, like, give his explanation as to why they were doing that. I was like, you know what? Okay, that is fair. It's gonna be good for the sake of indie animation. And the only thing that still kind of ticked me off though was having to dodge spoilers for 2 weeks. And then there was that script that got released. I know some people did get spoiled. Thankfully, I didn't, which I'm very happy about. And it seems like there were other people that didn't, because literally some of the top comments on the current YouTube video, and even like this morning when I looked at it again to rewatch some scenes, it was literally just the top comments were about dodging spoilers, which is funny but also kind of sad. Like, come on guys, did we really have to do that? Why do we have to worry about that? Like, there are some people I know that, like, I follow on Tumblr and YouTube that, like, got spoiled or went to go ahead and just watch the movie because they didn't want to get spoiled, and that just sucks. This fandom is it's something alright. I'm gonna just say that. We all know about, like, how a lot of fans, like, made Gooseworks feel, and I hope Gooseworks at the very least knows there were still plenty of fans that loved the show for what it was. I personally loved it. Actually, already went and bought myself my second piece of the Amazing Digital Circus merch, one of the exclusive episode 9 things. And I'm not gonna say too much spoilery stuff. I mean, I guess I know we're past spoiler territory, but like, it just came out, and there are some people, like, I know a good friend of mine who still hasn't watched it because I think he's planning to watch it with his sister today and maybe later and stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people are still processing it too, so I'm not going to say too much about what happens. I'm definitely going to give my thoughts on stuff, but like, the ending, I knew, especially once I learned that one of the main inspirations for this series was I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, even though I've never read the story. I just listened to summaries and comparisons to the main digital circus characters. Like, I knew it was not gonna have like a happy ending or a perfect ending. I like what we got. I think it was a good bittersweet ending. Overall, I love this show. It feels crazy that it's over now, because yeah, I've been watching Glitch stuff since, I think, Meta Runner, and yeah, since Meta Runner. I loved Meta Runner. Sunset Paradise was great too, and then when I saw that, oh my gosh, they're gonna do other shows and stuff, I found that incredible, and The Amazing Digital Circus was one of the first ones. Yeah, and it feels crazy that it's been 3 years now. It's insane how far the show has come. It's definitely good for indie animation. Again, I really hope Gooseworks knows that despite all those bad fans, there are plenty of fans that just love the show. Like, what I really love about the show, definitely the visuals. Like, I didn't really realize until I think episode 8 just how much it improved when we saw those when I saw a post on Tumblr, there's like comparing like some of the parallels from the pilot, how Pomni looked compared to there, and there's like really just gave me some whiplash, like, hot dang. And yeah, it just really struck me how much the show improved. I definitely liked all the adventures because they were pretty good character explorations, and also I felt like the different worlds that they went to were pretty creative. I thought all the characters were great. My favorites, honestly, of all the cast are probably Zubul, Ragatha, and Kinger, aka the best character. I love Kinger. Like I already liked Kinger from the pilot. You know, he was this just goofy kind of crazy guy. It's like, oh, and you know, it wasn't completely played for laughs that he was, you know, he lost his mind. I mean, yeah, he was a comic relief character, but they didn't make his trauma a joke, which I appreciated. They and then freaking episode 3 happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, Kinger is awesome, and that just made me like him more. You know, and all the voice actor performances were great. Especially Alex Roshan. I mean, obviously episode 8, but then also okay, yeah, episode 9. Yeah, I'm just all I'm gonna say in episode 9 as well. He was great as Kane. Everyone, you know, Michael Kovacs was great as Jax, of course. Oh my gosh, Jax. I have so much to say and think about him. I'm definitely not a Jax hater, though. He's definitely one of those characters that if I met IRL, I would have a hard time not drop kicking. Take it. Sorry, I'm just looking at the sketch of my OC right now. This is just a sketch. So like I said, I've been practicing digital art and even been getting some help from my friends, and thanks to one of them, I now understand how layers work. I'm using Krita, so I understand how layers work. So this isn't like I'm going to be drawing on top all on this, so I'm going to switch layers now as we switch topics. Yeah, I'm not a Jax hater. I do think he's an interesting character, but like I said, if I met him, he's definitely the type of character I would drop kick. I don't like bullies, and I get why he does what he does. Oh my gosh, sorry about that stupid alarm thing on my phone. I'm gonna turn that off. Anyways, yeah, no, his arc was incredible. When something that happened to him happened in episode 9, like at first I thought it was like one of the. It was like something else that happened. I was like, because there was like no build up to it. It just kind of happened and like, oh wow, okay. Like the Jackson Pomni scenes were great, and that kind of leads into one of the few issues I had with the show is like, for the characters they focused on, that they had like great arcs and everything, but it kind of came at the detriment of not focusing on some other characters. You know, like I would have loved more Zubul and Gangle and even Ragatha stuff, because yeah, that's like one of the few issues I have with the show, honestly. It's just some like the pacing and developing characters, and I mean 9 episodes was great, but I wish we could have gotten more time. And like that's one thing I did like about episode 9, because like all the other episodes there's like always so much going on just at once, and episode 9 kind of just gave it more room to breathe, I guess is the best way to put it. Sorry, I'm hedgehog. This is a Sonic OC if you can't tell by the quills, and the quills always mess me up. There we go, okay. Yeah, so episode 9, definitely love that it gave everything more room to breathe. I love that. Yeah. So I definitely like that, because it's like another issue I had with the show, like pacing at times. Also, they did a lot of like, they did a lot more telling than just straight up showing. I mean, I don't know, there were good like show don't tell moments, but so much like stuff was just straight up said that could have probably been like a show moment, which I mean, it's fine. Honestly, this is a pretty dialogue heavy show, and it's not that bad, honestly. It's probably one of the few more major critiques I have. It's not that big a deal for me, honestly. But and you know, the dialogue in the show I think is great, but yeah, it feels crazy that we got such a long episode, because like it just didn't feel like your usual Amazing Digital Circus episode. And overall, when I watched it yesterday, I think I hyped myself up too much, because I was expecting something big and grand and intense, and there were intense moments, like but more like episodes 7 and 8. But when I watched it, is like I got a little emotional, but like I was just kind of like, huh. But I probably also just like my brain processing everything, and now I got to sleep on it and everything and rewatch some scenes. I still like it. I can understand why some people wouldn't like it, especially because some of the theories that got proven true and things like that. But overall, I thought it was great. Some scenes did kind of feel like out of left field, like Pomni saying Ragatha was her best friend is like, again, that kind of goes back to maybe developing some characters more, and also even like just character relationships, because like the main ones that got really developed, or the main one overall, was like Jax and Pomni, which I didn't have too much issue with. Like, you know, when Gooseworks said they were the main characters, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Pomni was kind of always been the main character since the pilot. though I did like that usually episodes could focus on the group as a whole, not just Pomni. I did like that, in episode 2, while she's having her whole thing with Gummy Goo, we do see what the gang is up to, and we do get some nice character moments. And I feel like another relationship that should have built up to a bit more was like Ragatha and Kinger, because we learn later that after Kinger lost, well, basically everybody to Abstraction, he met Ragatha, and there were little hints that they were kind of close and stuff, but I don't know, I feel like we definitely should have gotten more of that. Same with like Gangle and Zooble, because while they are very close and stuff, I feel like we definitely should have got more development there. So yeah, overall I really liked episode 9. Just kind of wished some of the stuff that happened in episode 9 had more build up to it, because Ragatha and Pomni definitely good friends, definitely have kind of a sister thing going on, or I know some people ship them and I can see why. But for me, those kind of more like a sisterly bond and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get a little into spoiler territory, so if anyone wants to skip this part that hasn't seen it yet, or you're still processing it yourself, I'm gonna just go ahead and just straight up say some stuff. Put the timestamps that you can skip to here, depending on how long this video ends up being. Kane coming back. Wow. I was hoping that we would get to see Kane in a way. I just thought it was gonna be through flashbacks, most likely. But no, he was back, and I really liked that scene. Going back to Alex Roshan's performance, I think that was the longest we've ever heard Kane talk without the whole showman-y voice that we're all used to, congratulations, and I honestly liked it. It's a bit of tonal whiplash, but I don't know, I kind of prefer non-overly performy Kane's voice. I think it sounds so much nicer. I don't have anything against when he does sound like he's putting on a show, but I think I definitely prefer how he just sounds in just more normal tone, I guess would be the way to put it. Yeah, that's how I guess would be the way to put it. So I really liked that. I really loved Kane's apology. I think that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole show. And just also I really love just all the parallels between previous episodes, the fact that the opening of the sorry, just messing with the layers here. The opening of episode 9 was the opening from the pilot, the whole theme song, but Kane's just not there, and everybody is, everybody looks upset, which, can you blame him after what happened? Also, okay, I'm also going back to, Jack's abstracting. When I saw that, I was like, oh gosh, the abstractions, because, everyone was talking about, what's gonna happen with the abstractions? Now that Kane's gone, they're gonna stay in the cellar. At first, I just thought that was an abstraction that got out. I didn't realize Jack's, just straight up abstracted off screen, because there was that moment in episode 6, yeah, they all get guns, where we thought Jack was about to abstract in the bathroom, and then there was the whole scene in episode 7 where he was straight up just about to abstract. So yeah, that, and then but the fact that we just cut to, oh, he's abstracted, it's what? So yeah, episode 9 was definitely a little different tonally than previous episodes, because usually other episodes do kind of make a big deal out of certain scenes like that. It's big and bombastic usually, not always, but they definitely always have a lot of build up, and then boom, you kind of see the whole process of it. But it was kind of nice to see it was kind of nice to see some differences. Other parallels, the end of the pilot where they're all sitting and eating, and Pomni's kind of just seems like she's just crazily accepting what's going on, or yeah, just still maybe trying to convince herself it's all just a dream, and she's just trying to smile through the pain, because yeah, I imagine the pilot, because they can feel pain, I imagine that was painful what she dealt with in the pilot. It was nice to see the parallels. It was nice to see Kane finally be a part of the group and not really force anyone to do anything. He said, oh yeah, come up to the stage when you're ready. Do you need any help with that? And he wanted to give them full control of the place. Kane's character development was pretty good. I do kind of wish we had learned what happened to Bubble and also the Blue AI, who I'm just gonna call Abel. I like that. I was never given a confirmed name, so I think Abel is fitting, especially considering the whole a biblical analogy there. Yeah, yeah. As a Christian, watching the show can be interesting at times. Anyways, yeah. Let's see what else is there. seeing, oh my gosh, seeing the IRL versions of like the characters and Soma Theory, I think I'm saying that right, being true. Wow. That was incredible, and I really love like the bus stop scene. It's like, they don't know. Also Kinger being a dad IRL. That's sweet. I am happy that as I admit at first I thought they were just like trapped in the circus, like actually through headsets and stuff, but like as time went on, like Soma Theory, like being true with them just being digital copies, definitely one of the better endings. I do kind of wish we figured out how the circus is, what the frick the circus is running on. I mean, I guess if CNA really isn't in ruins or anything after, you know, Kane, you messed with like the brain files and all that, I guess they're still just running it. I'm not 100% sure. That's definitely one of the many things left up to interpretation, which, yeah, you know, I'm fine with, honestly. That's fine. What else is there? Oh yeah, like when Pomni, I guess went into Jax's like whole mindscape and stuff, and like learning, oh my gosh, Ribbit and Kaufmo. So Kaufmo's voice, I liked it. I'm glad that, you know, the voice that we heard in that one, in that one merch trailer wasn't just like a goof. Oh, they just gave him a really deep, funny, really deep, normal sounding voice. Like, nope, Kaufmo just sounds like a guy. He's not trying to be a clown or anything. I mean, I don't doubt Kaufmo would try to get people to laugh and stuff. It's implied that he did a lot. Yeah, it was so cool hearing their voices, and oh my gosh, Jackson Ribbit. That was, for one, I really loved Ribbit's voice. Is like, just like Queenie, just such a nice, pretty voice, nice to listen to. And yeah, all the stuff that happened with like Jax and Ribbit, just like watching the memories and stuff, that was just, that was painful, but also really interesting. And seeing like how Jax kind of saw everybody. I mean, we already kind of knew how Jax saw everybody, but like seeing it visualized and honestly some pretty disturbing imagery at times was just, yeah, that was something. I'm still trying to avoid giving too many spoilers, but like I said, I'll put timestamps so you can like skip to when I'm not talking about it. And anything else I want to talk about directly? Oh yeah, the whole little scene was just like, you know, Kane building up to like going back to the circus. It was, I don't know, it definitely did feel nice that he finally had some introspection. I'm glad that he did it, like, while he was kind of mad and stuff, we kind of saw the whole duality in his mind, that, he overall accepted it, and he realized, and he, you know, he had that good introspection. Like, it wasn't like immediately, oh, he's just back. Like, he really thought about it, and that was awesome. And I really wonder what the frick happened, like, with the blue AI, with Abel. Also, Bubble's just gone, I guess. It's weird. But, you know, for what we got, I like it, and I like that it's an open ending. I definitely kind of want to write some stories, like, you know, when, like what Zubul said about they're gonna have to, like, with, like, Kane having to build up trust. I don't know, I'd like to write, like, a little story about, like, the process of that. Like, I imagine there are a lot of, like, trauma triggering moments, or moments where Kane was, like, wondering if what he was doing was good enough, and things like that. The others probably walking a bit on eggshells around Kane, and vice versa. I feel like it probably would have been like that. While Kinger, I feel like he definitely would have been a little quicker to accept Kane, like, want to talk to him and stuff. I can't really blame everyone for being, like, hesitant around him, and, like, their reactions when, like, they see Kane is back, not really surprised, and I'm glad he acknowledged, like, yeah, they're probably scared right there. I do hope they figure out something for abstraction, because I know it's supposed to be a metaphor for unaliving yourself. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get demonetized or YouTube just come after me in general. I think Alex Roshan also, like, posted something about how it could also just be, like, allegory for severe mental health issues in general, and, like, you know, the abstractions, like watching them and visiting them and stuff could be like visiting someone who's, like, just really recovering from something. And I like that interpretation too. That's a nice way. I hope that they figure something out so they can at least talk with the abstractions and, like, you know, be able to interact with them without worrying about getting hurt. So yeah, I like the scenes where Pomni went to the Mindscape. That was great. Again, props to Michael Kovac for his performance. Props to everyone, seriously. But yeah. But yeah, I really liked it. Episode 9 for what it was. Alrighty. I don't really have much else to say. Don't worry, I will post a finished version of this drawing on my channel once I'm finished with it. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, me just, you know, drawing while I talk, or even just like, you know, art videos and stuff, because I'd love to do that stuff. I'm loving that I've been able to do so well with just trying to learn digital art. Again, thanks to, you know, a lot of practice, but also my friends who've been nice and encouraging, and some even like helping me. Thanks, Crystal, for helping me with understanding layers. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Also thank you to Gooseworks, Glitch, and everyone who worked on The Amazing Digital Circus. It's been an awesome ride. And even if we don't get any more official The Amazing Digital Circus stuff, again, I can understand Gooseworks for not wanting to touch this series again. Let's be happy with what we got, and hey, there's always fan fiction and fan comics. Alrighty, EV Rebound out. Thanks for watching.